Sarah and Vinnie on Alice at 97.3.
Michael Franti here in the studio with
up,
us.
y'all?
Great to see you.
Awesome. Great to be here.
It is, I mean, you bring that positivity with you everywhere
Thank
you go.
Thank you very much. We're super excited. Sarah and baby Taj are out there in the next room.
Oh, I can't believe how big he is.
He's huge. He's 13 months old. He's a dance machine.
I was going to say, he's a dance machine. Like, that's actually...
As soon as that song came on, he was dancing. That's one of his favorite tunes.
I always tell my kid, actually, the older one, I've been telling her this since she could understand. Your job is to play and learn. And that's the deal. Play, like a dancing kid, he's doing his job.
That's right.
That's my job, too, to play and learn.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't it be, right?
Yeah.
I think we lose track of that sometimes.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. That's the key to youth, when you think of people who get old. Like, I know people who are like 38 and they feel old to me because they've lost their curiosity.
Right.
They just don't do stuff that's new anymore. And then I know people who are like in their 70s and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going skydiving next week into a pit of snakes that's on fire. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're so busy. I'm actually surprised that sometimes the wear and tear of that doesn't take you down, but you just go, and it seems like you're always pretty comfortable in your skin where you are.
I love doing what I do, and I work hard at trying to stay fit. I've lost 20 pounds since March.
I saw that on your
Instagram
or whatever.
And so
Michael's a good follow on Instagram, actually. First of all, no pictures ever in the same location.
Yep.
And you're a writer. I mean, you write.
I write. If I post a picture, I write something about what's going on.
Right.
So I love doing that. Sarah's also awesome to follow. She's more active than I am, but we love doing everything that we do kind of together as a family, and so now with Taj around, there's no shortage of ridiculous things that happen.
I remember when she was pregnant with the baby that you said, it'll be easy. We'll throw him in a papoose and we'll hit the road.
Yeah, diaper in one bag and one back pocket and titty milk in the other back pocket. And Dad's ready to go,
Don't say that again.
Oh, I can't say that?
Totally fine.
Is that a bad word?
Yeah, apparently. It's a sweet
Sorry
little
about
word.
that.
That makes no sense, but
I can't believe I just dumped Michael Franti.
You dumped it?
I did.
All right, so let's go back. You had a diaper in one pocket.
And
you got
breast
some
milk in the other
There
bag.
you go, buddy.
Breast milk.
Okay.
So is that true? Are you guys, or is she like, I want to be home with all my comfort items?
Oh, no. We're actually getting on the bus this week.
Oh, boy.
So we have a family tour bus now. And
Do you?
Yeah. So it's, we don't own it, but we go out on tour with it.
Sure.
But it's our first time we've done that. Normally we're with the full band in one bus and the crew's in another bus. But now we've just added this third bus.
The family bus. Right.
And so it's going to be pretty fun. We every morning we do like a morning dance party in our bedroom. And so we're going to start doing some of that on Insta stories. So if you want to wake up in the morning and dance with us, we'll be doing that.
Do you have some killer lighting for that and some?
Probably. I'm guessing the tour buses these days have all this LED stuff, and you get on the bus and I'm like, okay, I just ready to go to bed, and I like hit the button for the lights to go out, and it's like. It's like Saturday Night Fever in the bus, It's like, and so I can never figure it out. And usually, like on a month tour, like the last day, I finally figure, you hold the button in for 3 seconds and they all go off,
Funny.
Well, it'll be nice because I'm sure that Sarah will get everything dialed because when you get a baby, you got to make sure that everything's.
I got to say, she just does everything. Like, you know how it is, Vinny. If it was up to you and I, baby would have like one pair of pants they'd wear all week, and and
100%,
100%,
absolutely.
It'd be like a pair of jeans and and there'd be the shirt that would have like strawberry stains all over it, and you just go, oh, it's okay, honey, just wipe it off just a little bit,
Don't put a new shirt on. I'm just gonna get dirty again. What I want to do laundry?
Yeah.
Right.
Or in the house, like I'm an advocate of just diaper and nothing else. Just Taj just running around in the diaper.
Let's do it.
But with Sarah, it's like, no, we're going for a different outfit right now, and I'm grateful. Like I'm happy because it's all there, and all I got to do is grab it and put it on him. So yeah, he's wearing a Kiss shirt today in your honor, Sarah.
I noticed. Yeah. Thank you.
I was like,
he's a little rocker.
Yeah, he's a little rocker, and I was like, he's going to the radio station. He's going to meet. He's already met you, but he's going to see Sarah. So what can we do? So it was
Kiss, nice.
Kiss.
So listen, you have a show tonight at the Fox,
at the
right?
Fox in Oakland.
The Fox is one of the best venues in the area. So if you haven't been, you gotta check out that
great.
spot. It's a really fun venue. It's an easy location. There's restaurants around there too.
Oh yeah, it's a totally hip little area. Like
Tons of
find
great stuff to
parking
do
and
out
go
there.
eat and go check out.
So
Michael.
tickets still available?
Yeah, there's some tickets at the door still.
That
if you left,
is, I think, Live Nation. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on here.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Maybe we should check.
You could probably go to just the
Go to
Fox Theater.
foxtheater.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
we're super excited. We've been out on the road all summer long, and now we're finally bringing it to the Bay Area. And we've got our full tour with all our video stuff, and it's really a cool show. We're super excited.
All that's going to be there tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you mean all the
awesome.
video stuff? So
Well,
this
we've never done video with our shows before. So this year I was like, we got to take it up a notch. And I've, me, I'm a filmmaker, so I love doing film stuff. So we've just put together all this video for all the songs that goes along with it, and it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, is there someone opening for you? Because I know you've got an opening gig coming up. Is that considered an opening?
Yeah,
gig?
we do. Yeah, his name is Devin Fillionaker. Something like, I can't even say his last name, but he's an awesome new young artist. Kind of like, I want to say it feels kind of like old school R&B, but like new, and he's really cool. He's really cool.
So he'll be at the Fox tonight.
Yeah, he's opening up, and he'll be at the Fox. He'll be with us on this whole month run, and then
you've got some dates coming up.
We've got some big dates coming.
You're stepping over a line.
Kind of, I guess so.
Are you? How do you feel about this whole thing?
So we're going out with Kenny Chesney, as you may have heard, and on this tour, it's a stadium tour, and it's also Florida Georgia line, Old Dominion, playing in massive 75,000 seat football stadiums.
A lot of people.
And Kenny and I became friends about 4 years ago at a festival in Florida that we were both playing at. And I had heard that Kenny was using my song "Say Hey I Love You" as his walkout song. And so
is that right?
Yes. Wow. For like a year he was using it every night to walk out on stage, and we started getting fans coming to our shows who were saying, "Hey, I listened to his radio station, No Shoes Radio, the internet radio station that he has," and they were like, "You're on there like all the time." And I'm like, "Really? Like, what the?"
So Kenny's a fan.
So Kenny's a fan. So when I met Kenny, he goes, "Michael, you're the third most played artist on my station." He goes, "Obviously my music's first, his music, Kenny's, and then he said Bob Marley's the second, and then you're third, and then all the other country artists come after that." And I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. So we started having fans from the No Shoes Nation, as he calls them, coming to our shows and like holding their flags and stuff. And so a few weeks ago, I was in Nashville, and I called Kenny, and he was like, "Why don't you come write a song with me?" So we did. We got together. We wrote a song. And then
how
did
cool
that
is
go?
it to be Michael Franti?
Great.
Hey, why don't you just wander over and write a song with me?
But you know him, you've got some friendship, but to sit down and be creative together doesn't mean it's going to work.
The thing is, the thing that I do, I love songs, not genres. Like, I don't care what genre it is. If it's a great EDM song, a great punk rock song, a great, I even like opera,
Sure.
So Kenny, I love his songs because in his songs he talks about, they're not like typical like country drinking beer on my truck song.
Right.
They're like songs about getting through life and about how we hold on to optimism, which is what my music is all about
for
too.
sure.
Funny.
And so when we got together to write a song, it's amazing to see he's super focused. Like, he'll be kind of like looking out the window, and you're like, "Bro, come back. Like, we're trying to write this song." And he'll turn around and go, "Bam, I got the next line. Here it is." you think he wasn't doing it. And like,
funny.
He's just like super, super focused. And I mean, his music has always sort of dabbled in different genres and reggae and rock and like kind of crossing through different terrain musically. So when he asked me to do the tour, I was a little bit off guard. I was like, "Well, you want me to do this tour?" And Old Dominion and Florida Georgia Line are on it. But he goes, "Man, I don't want to be doing the same thing every year. I don't want, I could have any country artist in the world be this opening act. But, I would love to tour with you. And over the last 4 years, we kind of text each other, and if we're going through a rough time on the road, he'll text me and go, bro, I'm going through a challenging time. You got any advice? And I'll go, sure. Here, let me pull out my card of dumb advice for you. Here, dumb advice number 437. Try this one on.
Right.
And then the same thing, vice versa. If I got something going on.
This is so sweet.
It's funny. Look, if you go online and look at photos of us, like Kenny's a slight guy. Like I'm using that term and when you see him next to me, like I look like a giant next to him. So it's kind of cute seeing the pictures of us together.
You look like a giant next to most of us.
Most of us look that way next to you.
I'm 6'6", and he's, he's 5'6" in his cowboy boots.
So let me tell you this quick story. When I was in Seattle at one point, I was living up there for a minute, and I was driving through downtown, and there were country music fans, or by the looks of them.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And I honestly thought the rodeo must be in town because I don't get it. There's too many people here.
Cowboy hats and boots.
But they were everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like all of the sidewalk cafes were filled with people. And I mean, it must have been great for the city's business. They must have loved it. But it turned out it was a Chesney show.
He does, at the end of every tour, he does 2 nights in Foxborough Stadium in Boston, which you think like, well, Boston doesn't seem like a country music town, but he's able to fill that stadium twice. And so last week we did a press conference at the new stadium in LA where the Rams and the Chargers are going to be playing starting next year, and they're still finishing the stadium, so we've got to go and walk through and see it. And it was really cool. And his manager walks up to him and goes, Kenny, we finished selling out the 2 nights at Boston. We could do a 3rd night there, like 3 nights of like, I don't know how many, 70,000 people.
Something like that, yeah.
It's crazy, And you think he can do Levi's Stadium here, like it can't just be all country music fans. So he's got his fan base really crosses over.
So was there any concern, we were talking about this morning, was there any concern about his audience blending with yours and about the politics behind that? Or is that unspoken?
No, what Kenny and I both feel is that there's just too much negativity and condescension between people in the world, and that it's okay to have differences politically. Like I have differences with my wife politically, but we're still able to, live together. And
it does feel very divided right now.
It feels super divided right now. And music is one of those things that can bring people together. And so that's what we're all about. Kenny and I are not about like trying to wrong other people for their beliefs about anything, about the way they feel religiously or the way they feel about the country or not. And I feel like it's also just an opportunity to spread that sense of like kindness and optimism and say, hey, we can have discussions about stuff, but we don't have to hate each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one of your mottos is stay human.
Yeah. That's it. Stay human.
Bottom line is that's who we all are.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Michael Franti is sitting in with us right now. So tonight you're at the Fox Theater, and so people should go to that. That is an absolutely great place. I always say if you have an opportunity to go see Michael Franti, you got to go because you leave happier.
That's it. That's it. That's my goal.
Magic in a bottle.
I want people to just feel a little bit like, to be able to stand up and feel like they're like half an inch taller when they leave. Like whatever is coming next in their life, they're able to face it. Whatever, something that people tell me all the time. Like I came to your show, I met this woman who was standing next to me, and now 3 years later we've come back with a baby, and we're married.
That's awesome.
Or I was on the edge of leaving this job and I went to your show and I decided finally like I'm leaving this job and now I'm in a great new job and I'm super grateful to just that time when it made me feel
that's
like
got to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Inspiring people. You always jump off the stage. Are you going to be able to do that at these big shows where there's usually kind of a gulf in between?
I always get off the stage and we're going to figure that out.
And you can always see Michael because he's a head taller than everyone.
Well, you at least want a catwalk, right? So you can walk out and touch the people. But I don't know that doesn't sound.
I know there's always so many more security problems.
But listen,
there is, but we'll figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't even done with the other thing yet. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So you sell out shows.
Yeah.
You do shows. You sold, but you're going to be in sold out stadiums.
Yeah.
So are they like, well, we're going to have more T-shirts to sell, Michael? We need more.
Yeah, are you having to ramp
merch.
the whole thing up?
Like you're gonna have a ton. Imagine how much merch you're gonna sell.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta think of everything a little bit. You got to scale everything up. But essentially, we're just a band. We're 5 dudes on stage playing music together, and that's what we do. And we try to keep it feeling like that. Otherwise, I feel like, because when we've done big festivals or whatever, like, the more you try to make it huge, the less big it feels. And so sometimes it's best to like just play your acoustic guitar and sing and just have that
can be
be
actually
it.
really powerful.
And it brings people in even more. So rather than try to like, Kenny's got this massive production. So we've talked about it. We're kind of going to go the other direction. We're going to try to really strip it down.
Keep it simple.
Just keep it super simple. Yeah.
But you're still going to sell 20,000 Stay Human shirts a week.
We hope so.
Yeah, that'll be nice, right?
Yeah.
So the stage set up at least 4 bands, right? So is his stuff like behind a curtain? Are they going to be able to take you down to kind of a more intimate?
It's all,
You're just on there with all the stuff.
We're just on there with all the stuff. And they swap it out. So each band that comes on, they have everything on wheels, and it just, the drum set wheels out, and then boom, the next one wheels out. And it's,
Those productions like that are just
it's incredible.
like a machine.
They actually have 2 and sometimes 3 different complete stages. So, you've got to move it from city to city.
Right.
So.
Oh, right. So it's setting up in one city.
It's setting up in one city
is...
while that one's being used, and they tear it down. So they actually have to have 2 or sometimes 3 whole complete different rigs that are going with like all the giant video walls.
Oh my
and
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually can't wait to talk to you after this tour happens because I'm dying to hear, like about the machine. When does it start?
It starts in April.
And
it goes through like until September, I think.
next year's a big
No
one.
local dates though, Michael.
There's not a Levi's one?
They're working on it, so
Okay.
I can't say anything.
'cause I don't
But
see-
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
We'll get it figured out.
Is there any discussion about you joining him on stage? I mean,
Yeah, so we've talked about that, and
how fun would that be?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm sure it's going to happen.
the
You guys love each other.
thing about Kenny's, he's super hands-on with the tour. Like it's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna show up and do something. He's like, he's got his eyes and ideas on every aspect of it, and that was one of the things he brought up with me. He's like, oh man, we got to get together and do the songs that we wrote together, and then also figure some other stuff out. So it should be pretty fun.
Has he the song? I don't want to eat up all our time because I definitely want you to play too. I see you brought your guitar in.
Yeah.
The song that you guys. So you're saying you've written more than one song with him now.
Well, kind of like a song and a half.
Okay.
We're going to finish
well,
it. Well,
listen, I'm sure on tour, there'll be plenty of times when you'll be able to work on those. But has he actually recorded that song?
We've just done like a demo of it
Okay.
so far. Yeah.
But
we'll
you
get
gotta do all that stuff. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, sounds great.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Sounds super fun. All right, pick up your guitar
All right.
and play.
So also November
like
15th.
What's left of the guitar,
I know,
you
that
mean?
thing- that
Holy
thing.
smokes!
That's clearly a longtime favorite.
Yeah.
November 15th, we've got our annual Rockers Ball, which is our benefit for our nonprofit Do It for the Love that Sarah and I started. And we bring people with advanced stages of life-threatening illness and children and adults with special needs and wounded veterans to see any live concert in any city in the world. So people just write to us.
And
say,
not just you, any concert.
Any concert, any artist. People say, my sister just came back from Iraq and wants to go see Metallica, or my brother has stage 4 cancer and has always wanted to see Drake and Beyonce or whoever, and we get them out to see the show. So that's November 15th. You can go to michaelfranti.com to get tickets there. Yeah.
All right.
There's also after party that if you don't go to the actual event, because it is a high ticket event, we do have an after party that's a little less pricey. So this is a song that I wrote for Sarah. Actually, it's a brand new song. And I was on tour and we hadn't seen each other for basically like a month, which is really rare. We don't do that. But I was sitting down to write her a letter. My letters, I'm not the best writer in the world, but I would write Sarah these long love letters when we started going out. And well, we do have a kid now, so I guess they did kind of work.
They worked out.
I guess you're a better writer than you thought you were.
So, but my love letters now are kind of like via text, and they're like, "Ooh, baby, I love you so much. XOXO, fire, 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 cherry, cherry, extra cherry." You know what that is for? And then the magic love touch is when I delicately swipe my thumb and go, send.
Oh.
That's like the romance in it. And I was like, God, this feels so lame. Like we used to write these cards that were like really vivid and, and so I sat down. And so this is a song that just says that some feelings are so important that you should actually write them out. It goes like this. You know it's been a long time since I wrote anything by hand. My fingers been texting every message I send. Oh, it seems like we're growing into more than just friends. And these kind of feelings deserve paper and pen. So I sit right down and I write you a letter. I close my eyes and I ask my maker to help me find the words to say to you. And P.S. I love you and all the things that you do that make me believe that 1 and 1 makes me and you. And when I look in your eyes, I see again and again that these kind of feelings deserve paper and pen. Although I might not find the words to say to you, please know I wrote them all by hand to you. And P.S. I love you. P.S. I love you. Yes, I'd be a fool to ever let you pass by, and I'd be a liar if I said I wouldn't die. If there was a day that we were not together, so this is the reason why I'm writing you this letter. So I sit right down and I take my time. I close my eyes and I ask my maker to help me find the words to say to you. And P.S. I love you and all the things that you do that make me believe that 1 and 1 makes me and you. And when I look in your eyes, I see again and again that these kind of feelings deserve paper and pen. Although I might not find the words to say to you, please know I wrote them all by hand to you. And P.S. you know it's been a long time since I wrote anything by hand. My fingers been texting every message I send. Oh, it seems like we're growing into more than just friends. And these kind of feelings deserve paper and pen. Although I might not find the words to say to you, please know I wrote them all by hand to you. And P.S. I love you. Woo. Sing it, Sarah. P.S. I love you. One more time. P.S. I love you. P.S. I love you.
Damn. That is a great song.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Clever transition. You're so cool.
Wow.
Thank you.
That is great.
We got Vaughn got
So-
Sarah and
Oh
the
my
baby
God.
dancing in the background.
And by the way,
Nice.
I mean, the kid is really into you.
So
right?
you just wrote that?
Yeah, I wrote it about 8 weeks ago.
So it's not even been released.
No, it hasn't been released. And so it's Friday. Today's a great day. Put down your phone just for a few minutes. If you're at work right now, wherever you are, just take out a little piece of paper, a Post-it note or something. You might have to search for a pen because nobody's got a pen anymore.
No one has those.
Borrow a pen.
I got my
Write-
vape pen.
Write your family a note.
Yeah.
Write your husband, your wife, your lover, your partner, whatever it is. Write them a note today. Give it to them in person and just tell them,
That is so
I love you and
sweet
I
sentiment.
miss this part of,
Yeah.
life. We used to do this all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
You used to get letters all the time.
Yeah,
It was, like, it was
the
so
great thing,
to open
the great thing is
them.
like Sarah and I still have letters in our nightstand that we wrote to each other, or cards that we wrote to each other from years ago, and it's so fun to pull them out and go, remember this? Like, how goofy were we? You know?
Like little dumb things that you write to each other when you're just so in love.
Yeah. They matter.
Oh my God, they do matter.
Yeah.
I think it's sweet.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, one of the nicest things that you can do for someone for a birthday or Christmas is a handwritten letter saying how you feel about them.
Yep.
I think that's really sweet.
And it just doesn't
Michael,
cost much, just a little bit of time.
You're at the Fox tonight. People can go and catch this vibe there. It's going to be a great time. Always amazing to see you. I am dying to hear how it goes on the tour.
Thank you. I'm super pumped up about it. And
it's going to be a big year for you.
It's going to be a big year for us, and we're super pumped to get out there, and also just to be back here in the Bay to start this leg of our, because we're going around the country again this month. So we're super excited to start it in Oakland. It's great. Where I was born. I was born in Oakland.
There you go. Yeah. So Fox Theater tonight. Thank you so much. Always great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.